June 6, 1944. The largest invasion in human history had just begun. Over 150,000 soldiers were crossing the English Channel. Inside the boats were young soldiers waiting for the ramp to drop. Many of them had never seen combat before. Waiting for them were German defenses. Thousands of German troops were ready to stop the invasion. If the invasion failed, the war in Europe could last for years. This was D-Day. 4 years earlier, France had fallen to Nazi Germany. Britain now stood alone against Nazi Germany. But the war was far from over. In 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union. The war had now spread across the entire continent. The Soviets demanded a second front in Western Europe. The Allies knew they had to invade Western Europe. But first, they had to prepare the largest invasion force ever assembled. By 1944, millions of Allied soldiers were stationed in Britain. They were preparing for the invasion of Europe. The operation was called Operation Overlord. It would be the largest amphibious invasion ever attempted. More than 5,000 ships would take part. Thousands of aircraft would support the attack. And over 150,000 soldiers would land on the beaches. But first, the Allies needed to fool the Germans. They created an entire fake army. German intelligence believed the invasion would come elsewhere. Meanwhile, the real invasion force continued to grow. Every day, more troops arrived. But the invasion depended on one critical factor: the weather. Storms forced commanders to delay the invasion. Finally, a small window of clear weather appeared. The invasion was scheduled for June 6th. Late on June 5th, and the invasion began. Thousands of paratroopers were sent ahead of the invasion. Their mission was to capture key roads and bridges. Many landed far from their targets. The drop zones were chaotic. But they began attacking German defenses.
The invasion is imminent, but where?
These attacks confused German commanders. Meanwhile, the invasion fleet approached Normandy. The soldiers could finally see the coast. In just minutes, the landing would begin. 5 beaches had been chosen for the invasion. American forces would land at Utah and Omaha. British and Canadian troops would land further east. The first troops began landing at Omaha Beach. Here, the landing went better than expected. Many units landed slightly off target, but this actually helped them avoid strong defenses. Omaha Beach was secured quickly. But further east, the situation was very different. At Omaha Beach, German defenses were extremely strong. The beach was heavily fortified. As the first landing craft approached, German guns opened fire.